Peace to the gods, peace to myself, my reflection. What's going on, man? We're going to talk about debunking religion, okay? How religion is not something you should base your beliefs in and your reality in, okay? Why? You know? Why should we not base our lives in these religions that we call Christianity, being Muslim, reading the Quran, being a Buddhist, all these things? Why? Because these are all human constructs of our mind, okay? Human beings created religion. Human beings created religion. Religion is a belief that you want to put your morals and your beliefs into, your attention to, okay? Something that you attach your life to, your soul to. You have to realize religion, this is only putting you into a trap because these books are written by man, right? And these books that are written are created by some man or some woman's feelings about how they want to create something, how they want something to go, right? Because God doesn't come with a book, truly. How can I prove this to you? Okay? What do I mean by God doesn't come with a book? Okay? First of all, to make a book, you need to cut down trees, okay? Use the trees to make paper and then make the book. You see? So before we had the books, what did we worship? What was our God? What was God to us? Because at one point we didn't have books. We didn't have them. Okay? So our God was in ancient times, before there's any books. If you see in the walls of Egypt, right? On the pyramids, they show you they worship the sun. They worship the trees. They worship the four elements, okay? Earth, water, fire. Think about this. This is what we did. We worshiped what was a part of nature. Nature, when a tree bears a fruit, okay? It creates an apple, it creates an orange. Whatever it creates, that's what we used to praise. Oh my gosh, thank you, God. We praise whatever sustained our life, whatever kept us going, whatever kept us alive. It's the same thing if I compare human beings, because we're a part of the whole earth. We are directly connected to the earth. If I compare human beings to other animals, the lion, the bear, the elephant, right? What do these animals do? Do these animals praise a higher power or a God? Okay, some people say you have to pray. Pray to God. Okay, then he'll give you what you want. You have to pray, right? But obviously we should replace the word praying with thinking, okay? It's another thing that I heard from Nature Boy, that he said, replace praying with thinking, because thinking is what? Thinking is the same exact thing as what we do when we pray. When we go to put our head down, bow our head down, and we think, oh God, can you please help us? And we're thankful for everything that you do. All you're doing is thinking, okay? The only reason why your message is getting to God, and you can feel that it's getting to God because you think God is external of you, it's out there somewhere. Because you are God. You are the kingdom of heaven. You are the temple of God. You are the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of heaven, the dome, the domain, the mind, the dome shape, okay? This is the brain, the mind. This is the kingdom of heaven that exists within you, okay? So when you're thinking to God, God, I love you. Please help me and my family get through this, and I'm thankful for all the blessings. We can do that at any time. When I'm walking to the store, I can be like thinking, thank you, God. I'm really grateful for everything you did for me. Yes, because I am God. I am the source of existence. Whatever I speak in my heart, God can hear my heart. So I don't need to go to a church in order to be able to talk to God because I am God. You see? So back in ancient times, we used to praise the rain, the water, the fruits, the vegetables, okay? Whatever sustained our life. When we were hot as fuck in the sun and we were thirsty, we didn't have any food, we weren't able to get to a water source, boom, all of a sudden it starts raining. Guess what? You just put a bucket out, then the rain falls inside the bucket. Whole bunch of water collected. Now you can drink that water. You can bathe with that water. Okay? You can drink that water. It sustains your life. Oh, it makes you feel heaven. It makes you feel love. This is what God is. God is that love that you feel. God is love. God is everything. Okay? So we used to worship the rain. Oh my God, the rain is coming down. The rain God is rain down on us, okay? And they praise the sun. The sun is giving us heat, is giving us health. Yes, I feel love, I feel warm when it's connected to me, okay? It's creating all these crops. It's giving life. So what gives life is what we praise. This is why we praise the woman, okay? We worship the woman because the woman also gives life. She births life, okay? But the woman can't do that without the man. The man also puts the semen inside, 23 chromosomes from the man, 23 chromosomes from the woman, right? They both breathe life. It's why we worship the man and woman. Because the man and woman is God and connected to God, right? Why do I say connected to God, okay? We are connected to God in a sense that if I use myself, right, as an example, you look at my hair. Look at my hair. You see how it's coiled and it comes up? I'm being in my natural state. I leave my hair the way it is, right? I allow it to be. Just like a lion in the jungle, right? We are very close to animals. Animals are what we are. If you look up the definition of an animal is a living organism, okay, that feeds on organic matter. A living organism that's organized, organs, right, that are organized, and we eat organic matter, and we're living. So we eat to survive. We live. This is what an animal is. So a bird is an animal. A squirrel is an animal. They eat to survive. They eat to live. Okay? We are animals in that sense, right? So if you think about this, if you look at a lion lets its mane grow out. Right? It doesn't touch its hair. It doesn't manipulate it. It doesn't put braids in its hair. It doesn't do anything to it. And the lion's hair is like beautiful. You see the mane come out, you're like, whoa, that lion is really beautiful. People say it all the time, the lion looks so handsome, right? We are just like this lion in the sense that we don't need to manipulate our hair, braid it, retwist every month. No, we don't need to do that. Why? Because our hair is meant to grow out the way it's supposed to grow. We're not meant to cut our hair. No animal in nature sits there and cuts his hair. None. Okay? So we're supposed to allow our hair to grow, allow it to flow, okay? But when you restrict the flow, when you restrict the grow, you restrict the flow. Y'all not listening to me though. When you restrict the grow, when you braid your hair and you put perms in your hair, right? You're restricting its growth. You're damaging your hair, right? So you're restricting the flow of electricity within your body. When you restrict the grow, you restrict the flow. Listen to what I'm saying. So you have to allow your hair to grow. Just like the lion doesn't touch its hair. When you allow your hair to grow completely in its natural state, it'll go like this, come out. Then you will look godly again. You will be a god. But in this society, it doesn't allow you to do that. When a man wants to grow his dreads and go try to get a job and wear a suit, you can't wear a suit while you have dreads coming down your head. They think you look weird. Only place I know and I heard of that do that is Kenya. In Kenya, they allow you to have dreads and shit and still be part of the system. And still be a lawyer and shit like that, right? But never mind that. What I'm saying is allow your hair to grow. Allow yourself to be. Because you're actually allowing yourself to connect deeper and more intimately with God, which is nature. God is nature. Remember in ancient times, they used to praise the sun, the trees, the bees, nature, the animals. You see, in ancient Egypt, all the Egyptians, they have animal heads. Do you not see that? They worship the animals. The animals are God. We are God. Everything that you see is God. Okay? But even the word God is a concept created by human beings. So really, throw away the word God. Really, animals, if you say, oh, do you believe in God to a deer? A deer would not respond to you. The deer doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about because the deer is already just living its life. It's raising its children. It's eating food. The deer does not need to be like, oh, God is this or God is that. It already is God, and it's being life sustained by nature, which is God. It's being sustained by life, and it's living its life. So the deer does not need to praise a God. It doesn't need to pray. Oh, you see the Muslims, they praise 5 times a day. They pray 5 times a day. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God. They think this is going to make them live longer. But you see, one of them gets blown up or something happens the next day and they die. So are you not realizing this? This is showing you that just praying, okay, it doesn't mean much. Okay? When my mom tells me, sometimes when my mom sees me, she's like, oh, I pray that you change your life and you do something better with yourself in some kind of way, because she doesn't understand the frequency that I'm on. I'm like, Mom, you do not need to pray for me. I said, don't pray for me. That's what I said, don't pray for me. Why? Because I know I am already confident in myself. I know who I am. I am God. I don't need some external force to pray for me to be good, for me to have a good future. Everything is already predetermined and predestined. So I'm at a higher frequency. My state of mind is in tune with the universe. So I understand clearly I'm going to have everything that I ever wanted. Okay? Because I am God. It must come to me. Simple. So what I'm telling her is like, you don't need to pray for me. I'm going to get what I need to get. It's going to come to me. It just is what it is. Because life is what it is. Right? Everything that you see, everything that is God. One with all creation. So this is what we must come back to understanding and realizing. So don't go to church. Don't go be a Muslim and start praying 5 times a day. Every time you think you're already praying, you're already talking to God. Praying is just talking to God. Praying is talking to God. You're always talking to God. Every single thought that you thought, God has already predetermined that and created that in your mind. So you're already talking to God. You're already conversing with him. So you can speak and you don't even have to speak. Like I said, you can think. You can think what you want. And God knows what you're thinking and it knows what you want already. All your worries are already going to be met because God knows what you want before you even think that you want it. You understand? So if we look deeper into it, look, this life, we don't need to be overly worrying or being like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen next. Da, 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 da. Just be in the flow. Be in the flow. Do what is necessary for you to move forward into the plans that you would like to do in the future, because you can't truly plan completely. You can plan what you might like to do, but you have to be very flexible, because the thing that exactly what you want is not going to happen exactly how you want it to happen. You see? And it might not happen at all because God already has a plan for you. Source already has a plan for you. We call it source. This source is the abyss of all of existence. Everybody's connected to this source. And you are this source. So if I make an example, why did the ancients used to praise the sun? Okay? Because the sun symbolizes giving life to everything. Without the sun, nothing can exist. Okay? That's why I say without me, you can't exist. Whoever is watching this, you cannot exist without me. Because I am you. All right? Just like the sun, imagine the sun being, what does the sun do? What is the function of the sun? The sun, it gives life to everything. It tells the body what to do. It sends light codes. Okay, we call them light codes. It sends sun electromagnetic impulses for the body so it knows how to function, tells the cells what to do in the body. Correct. Right? So when it's doing this, let's compare the sun to our heart. Let's say the sun is our heart. All of us, it's our heart. The heart of our body, what does it do? It pumps blood to everything, okay? And it's sending information. This blood is information. It's sending information throughout the whole body so the body can function properly. Correct? So if you compare your heart to the sun, your heart, can the heart just exist on its own? Can the sun just exist on its own and be in the galaxy? You know? Maybe yes, in a sense. But it has everything revolving around it. The planets are revolving around the sun, okay? Its life is being sustained by the sun. And they are one and the same because they're functions of each other. One can't exist without the other. Okay? So let's say if I have a heart, can a heart just be beating on its own? Okay? And just be living? No. Because the heart, imagine if you took my heart out. What is the whole purpose of the heart? It has no purpose. Okay? It can't pump any blood to any organs, to my limbs. Just like that. The sun is one with us. Because it literally directly sends light codes to us. That's why when we go outside, we feel the sun on our skin and it hits us. We feel it in our body. We feel the warmth. Because the sun is one with our body, our being. Without the sun, I am nothing. I am nothing without the sun, which means I am the sun. Do you understand? Which means I am you. Because we are all one with the sun. I have to be you. I can't not be you. Only you seeing me as not you is an illusion. A separation is an illusion. Okay? This illusion was also created for a purpose. Obviously, as God, we created this illusion so that we could be like, oh, this is another part of myself. Maybe he is different than me. So I can yell at him, I can cuss at him, I can do this, do that, and think that nothing's going to come back to me. No karma the karma doesn't exist, you know? So we're thinking, oh, we can do whatever we want. And we can experience different sides of our own self, because everything in life is just a different version of our own self. So what God did, God is a big troll. I am God, and I'm a big troll. We're trolls, and at the end of the day, why? Because at the end of the day, God is the devil. God is everything in existence. God created the devil to be like, yeah, I know what the devil's thinking. I know exactly what he can do. Let's tell the devil, you can go fuck up this earth. Go rule the earth. He let the lower self, the devil, rule the earth, right? And cause chaos on purpose. Because the black man and woman, the source of reality, the African black man and woman, we are so powerful beyond belief. Okay? This is why they study us. We created this universe with our mind. Y'all exist in my mind. You know that, right? I created this universe with my mind. So the reason why I created this universe, right, is because I wanted to experience something. I wanted to experience the highs and the lows. As God, I want to challenge. So I created the white man to be able to think that he's conquering us and put us in slavery. I created this so that we can make a great story. In any book that you read, there's an antagonist and a protagonist, okay? There's an enemy and then there's the hero. Yeah? So the black man, we created the storyline so we could be the heroes at the end of the day. We created the white man to be our enemy, right? Which is really just another version of us. And he's going to take us over, even though he's way weaker than us, right? But we allowed him to, because we felt bad for them, that version of ourselves. So we allowed him to take over us so that now we can go and conquer them and then become the head again, okay? And survive it all and go through the struggle. Because when you go through the struggle, it's what makes you harder, what makes you a harder person, okay? And it makes you feel like there's purpose in life. If there was no struggle at all in life, you would be so complacent. You would get bored with life. You'd be like, what is the purpose of living? It's just very redundant and boring. This is what you would think if everything was all good all the time. So God said, fuck this. At first, we was in heaven. Everything was all good. It was so peaceful. And then I said, okay, let me create a devil. Let me create a devil outside of myself. I created the white man. Let him be the devil. You can be the devil, nigga. Then fuck up everything. Kill, steal, destroy. And when he did this, look what he's doing. Cutting down all the trees, destroying his own self. This is what I did so that I can come through as Superman at the end of the day and conquer him. Become smarter than him. Okay? And realize the booby traps that he set for me. Okay? He put the TV on so he can program the mind. He put us in school systems so he can program our mind to be like them. Okay? They set up projects where there's liquor stores on every corner, okay? Strippers on every corner. So we can't even save our money because woman is one of our greatest attractions as a man. Because we must have women in order to spread our seed and continue life, continue the human race, okay? So they know this. The lower self knows this. The white man knows this, the lower self. So he created all these things in order for us to be set up so that we won't be able to get out. And he made us go to stores, took our natural food away, took us out of our natural environment, put us in slavery, and put us inside of a cold environment. Now look at me, there's snow outside all day long. So what do I have to do? Now I can't even get my own natural food. I got to go to a store in order to get any kind of food, but it's fake food, okay? I need to be where my natural food grows, which would be in the tropics, where it naturally grows right in front of me. Just like every other animal in nature, its natural food grows right in front of it and it just eats it. Straight off the tree. You look at a horse, it eats a leaf right off the tree. It doesn't have to go anywhere. It doesn't have to prepare anything. It doesn't have to give any kind of money or note in order for it to get its food. Right? So, if we know that, why the fuck are we paying for food? Why the fuck are we going to all these places, okay? Working so hard just to get food to eat. Food is free. Food is supposed to be free. Food is free. Food is free. When I was in Africa, okay, I'll go and see a lime tree, a lemon tree, and literally pick the lemon right out the tree, right there. And nobody owns the tree. We all own it. It's for all of us. All of us. It's for all of us. This planet is for us. Okay? You're not supposed to be paying to be able to live. You don't have to pay to live. So this is why it's so hard for me to just go get a job. I'm like, what the fuck I need a job for? I'm God. I am God. I can manifest anything from my mind. I can create something out of nothing. Okay? Because truly, something is nothing. Everything is nothing. I don't think y'all are on this frequency, but this is very deep. Only few will understand what I'm saying. Everything is nothing because it comes from nothingness. Truly, we are void. Truly, everything is already predestined and predetermined. Predestined and predetermined. Okay? So really, we're not living our lives. We're watching our lives. Everything that's happening, we're watching it. How do we know this? Because we know that God knows what we're going to do before we do it. Wouldn't you say God knows what we're going to do before we do it? Wouldn't that mean that free will is an illusion? Do you have free will? No. You think you do, but you don't. Everything is predetermined. Free will does not exist, okay? We only think it to exist because that's God playing a game with itself. This is me playing a game with myself. But truly it doesn't exist because life is a storyline. It's a storyline. You think when you go to the store and you coincidentally see one of your friends or someone you might have known years ago, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just seen you. Da-da-da-da. What a coincidence. No, man, it's not a coincidence. God has already set everything. God has created you, okay? God created you knowing what everything that's going to happen already. This is how I'll give you an example. This is an analogy. If I create a video game, I'm the creator of the video game. I created Call of Duty. The Call of Duty storyline, right? The campaign mode. You go, you join the game, then what? You see who created the game. The person that created the game created all the characters, the way they're going to look. They created the trees, the bees, the earth, everything in the background. It created the guns you can choose from, everything, right? So if this being created everything, God created all the characters, or me, right? Creating the video game. What does this mean? This means I already know all the possibility that's possible to happen and what's going to happen in that game. When I go join campaign mode, yo, what's good, Molly So? When I join campaign mode in Call of Duty, that storyline is already created. And I already know what you're going to do. I already know how it's going to play out, right? So this is the same thing as God. God created us. He created all the beings that are around you. So he already knows what's going to happen. So while you think you're doing something, you're not. Free will does not exist. If you think it does, it doesn't. Whoever you're predestined to be with is who you're going to be with. Period. Whatever you're predestined to do is what you're going to do. Okay? I can be like, oh man, I was in Africa, but why did I come to Minnesota? Now it's cold, it's snowing. I could think that. But really, it's a purpose. There's some kind of purpose here for me to be here. Maybe to connect to my family again. To drop some more jewels inside of their mind. Slip some jewels in there because I do it all the time. Because this is my only purpose. The greatest purpose and the only purpose is to speak knowledge of self and remind myself of who I am. Okay? And bring awareness. This is the greatest duty to ever do. Peace to the gods. You see? So we have to realize that religion, this shit is not real. It's not real. If it was real, elephants, dolphins, all these niggas, dolphins, they're in the water. They can't read books. Are y'all crazy? You believe in Jesus? You believe in Jesus? You believe in Krishna? You believe in Buddha? My nigga. What do the dolphins believe in? My nigga. They believe in themselves, man. The dolphins believe in themselves. They believe in themselves because they know, okay, I have to believe in myself, okay, in order for me to be brave enough to go eat this fish, or eat this shit that I'm trying to get. They have to believe in themselves. There's no external God outside of you because life is a projection of your mind. There's no external God of you. You are God. Okay? The dolphin doesn't need to read a book. It doesn't need to praise anything. It just lives its life and it eats, sleeps, fucks. That's it. This is the eternal cycle of life. And it's very peaceful. Whenever you go, the dolphin's not worried about, am I going to die tomorrow? It's not worried about that like that. Okay? If it gets attacked in a moment, okay, it's going to try to dodge something, right? But it's not going to be constantly thinking about, oh my God, who's going to kill me? No, the dolphin's going to enjoy itself. It's going to be jumping out of the water, flipping, doing things. Okay? Because it doesn't need to worry about anything. Because it knows it's eternal already. Because nature's already in tune with God. They know they're eternal. But the knowing is a feeling. Okay? Because to realize that you're God, you must feelize that you're God. This is why I take mushrooms and LSD and things like that. These things are ancient medicines. Magic mushrooms were on the walls of Egypt, okay? When you take them, they allow you to feel everything, feel oneness, feel the void, feel that everything of life. You can actually feel that you're in a life that's a dream. Life is clearly a dream because you see things happening that don't make any sense. You see things coming off the ground and moving. You see the trees waving, okay, changing shapes. So life is a dream. This is why I tell y'all, take mushrooms. If you don't understand, you don't feelize that you're God. Because once you feelize it, you're going to realize it. You must feelize that you are God. To feel it, you must really connect with yourself. Even when I smoke weed is another thing that allows you to feel more. It allows you to get closer to God. But if you really don't feel the Godhood inside of you, take it up a notch. Go take some magic mushrooms. This is created for your body. Once you take it, you will feel how normal it feels. You feel normal. You actually feel more normal than you do when you're not on mushrooms, okay? Because it enhances yourself. It actually makes you a higher version of yourself. It connects you to your higher self. Yes. Think about this. I don't feel as connected and at one and at peace with myself when I'm just sober completely, okay? I do, but it's on a way deeper level once you take magic mushrooms or when you smoke weed, because you're actually connecting deeper into the divine, which is the all, which is nature. Okay? This is what they do. They enhance your being. Okay? So you should not be afraid of it, because if you're afraid of mushrooms, that means you're afraid of yourself, because a mushroom is you. The mushroom is a projection of your mind. Just like the Bible. The Bible is a projection of your mind. It's not truly real. Nothing in this life is truly real. We are not truly real, okay? We are nothingness. We are void. We're just pretending to be something, okay? Truly, there's no such thing as creation. It's only transformation, okay? Everything you see is transforming. That's why I say the white man, the Indian man, the Mexican man, they're all different forms of me. The tree, the bees, the ants, the grass, they're all different forms of me. So everything is transforming, and it has always been, and it always will be, and it is. So therefore, creation is a fucking joke. It's a lie. Truly, everything is our only transformation. Okay? But the white man, okay, is born with this pineal gland so calcified, they think, oh my goodness, there's a Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory. What is the Big Bang Theory? Is that everything came from one big explosion in the middle of nothingness. My nigga, no, it did not. Everything just is, and it's a very huge, expansive, incomprehensible world, but it's all you. But the thing is, you don't have to understand it mentally. You just have to be able to feelize it. You must be able to feel it. Okay? And once you feel it, you'll know. Feeling is knowing. So remember that. Okay? So with our natural hair, something I want to tell you guys about our natural hair. Right? So right now, if you're like me, I'm going to speak about the people that are like me right now, and you're living in the cold, you need to protect your hair. As a black man, as a white man, whatever you are, Mexican, doesn't matter. But especially as a black man, you need to protect your hair. This is why whenever I go outside, I put a hat on my head or I wrap it up or something, because the cold will take the moisture out of your hair, okay, dry it up, and then start breaking off and all kinds of things. It will be less healthy, right? So what you need to do is allow your hair to grow. For one, there's something called a sponge. You guys know those sponges, right? You put it around your hair, you twirl it up. You can have a sponge, but do not use it constantly, okay? Don't use it like 7-8 times a day, twisting your hair up. That will fuck up your hair because it's making your roots weak. You need to use it maybe once every 3 days or something, you know? Spin your hair up or whatever, and then put it away. Once a day, not at day, middle of the day, at night. You don't need to do that. You're only going to be making your roots weaker, okay? So you want to allow your hair to be able to grow, become its strongest self. When you leave it and you don't twist it as much, it becomes more one. When your hair is more connected and more one, it's more strong. That's why when we are separate, we're weaker. When we come together, the black man and woman come together and the family comes together, we become stronger. We become one, we become stronger. Just like hair. It's like roots, okay? The more it's together, the stronger it is. So that means don't twist it up as much. You'll allow your hair to flow and grow more. Okay, become more one, more connected. Your hair's supposed to be more connected. The way you see people doing it in Babylon, whatever you see a lot of the time, constantly, is usually something that is out of tune with nature because the majority of the world is programmed. Okay, so if you see niggas twisting their hair up and getting dreadlocks and it's flowing down their face like European hair, it's not exactly supposed to be like that, okay? Okay? Imagine a lion taking its mane and dreading it up and then letting it fall down. Okay, it'll still be the lion. Yeah, you're still a lion, but it's just not gonna look the way that God designed it to be, right? So that's what I'm saying. If you want hair that's looking almost kind of like Bob Marley's hair, he let it grow out. I don't know if he manipulated it at all, but it's more poofy right here, closer to the roots. It's gonna be poofy. Then it comes out and it get thick locks. The thicker it is, the stronger it is. Just like you see black women, they're very thick, very strong. Black men, they're very thick, muscular wise, and they're very strong, okay? But white people or other races, right, they're very not all of the races, but they're all skinny, more skinny, right? And more less curvy, less thick, right? The thickest women and men on the planet, right? When I say for men, I'm talking about muscle, okay? And for women, I'm talking about curviness, is in Africa, because Africa is the source. Duh. People that try to argue that, you've been programmed and you're retarded, okay? You have to go look at common sense, okay? Look at the world's fastest runners, Usain Bolt, the world's best basketball players, the world's best heavy lifters, everything is black people. So if you're still in that delusion thinking that dark-skinned people aren't at a higher level than all other races, you are retarded. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're retarded because it's right in your face and you're just having cognitive dissonance and you're trying to act, what is the word? You're just trying to feel sorry for yourself, okay? You're not accepting the truth. And if you don't accept the truth, you're going to be living in a delusion. Do you want to be living in a delusion? Okay? And yes, let me explain it this way, okay? I'm a black man, right? Black men, black people, African people, they are at a higher quality and able to absorb more of the sunlight. So they're able to be stronger and be more intelligent and more psychic and taste things better and upgrade their body more and grow faster. Because the heat also expands. In Africa, it's very hot. So the heat expands our limbs. It expands our limbs. It expands our body. Heat expands and cold contracts. So you have Europeans living in the cold, right? And everything's contracting. Everything's becoming smaller. The nose becomes narrow, skinny, right? Everything becomes contracted, skinny, small. Because the cold does that. Even when niggas go in the fucking cold, our dick shrivels up, becomes smaller. Everything becomes smaller in the cold. And this is where white people come from, the cold. And this is where they live, in the cold. Black people, Africans, where do we live in the heat? Everything is expanded. When I go outside, my dick gets longer, okay? Because the heat expands my penis, okay? When I go into the sun, my muscles get stronger and bigger and they expand. Heat expands, okay? And cold contracts. This is another, okay, point and fact that will make you understand and realize what we are. We are the source of you. You do not exist without us. We are your gods. Black people, African people are your gods. We are the head of the planet, okay? But that doesn't mean that we're here to step on your neck, okay? And fuck you over. No, we're here to help rule and control and bring peace and harmony into the earth. That's what we're here for. We're here to actually help you, all other races on the planet. This is why when I talk about myself, I say that I am a sacrifice to all of humanity, okay? My life does not belong to me because it belongs to you. Because I serve you. I'm your servant. If you want to call it a slave, I'm basically a slave to you. I'm a slave to you because I'm here preaching and teaching to help you constantly. Okay? Why do I do it constantly? Because consistency is the most important thing ever. We have to consistently tell ourselves what the truth is because we have been constantly fed with lies, okay? And programmed with our mind through TV and social media that we're supposed to do all kinds of things that are out of tune with nature. This is what we've been programmed to. So we have to program out of it. So I am part of us programming out of it and coming into the new world, okay? So I'm trying to upload this information into your DNA because this is what we need in order for us to move properly into the new world, okay? Because we have to go back to praising each other. If we want to worship something, worship each other. Worship each other because we are God. We cannot not be God because everything is God. Everything is one with God. Everything that the sun shines on is God. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay? I am the sun. The sun is my heart. I am the sun. So that means you are my heart. You are everything to me. Okay? Because I am you. That's it. Yes, I am complete love. I am the sun. I am God. I am everything in existence. I am you. This is the ultimate truth, okay? And all of humanity must come to these thoughts if they want to go into the higher realms of reality. Otherwise, they're going to stay in the lower state, in a more confused state, not knowing who they are, not knowing how things work, not knowing how to get exactly what they want, not knowing how to manifest things, okay, on a fast rate, on a high level, because they're not connected with their true divine higher self. Okay? When you're living in confusion and your mind is stuck in a book, okay? You're living by those set to rules in the book. Oh, right? This is going to limit you to a great degree. It's going to limit your own power. It's going to limit your own peace. So we need to get out of the books. Get out of the books. Look at nature, okay? Nature is the book. Science is the book. But we must use critical thinking and not just believe everything that we see. We must use critical thinking to know what is right, okay? They say, oh, there's birds online that eat fruits and vegetables, okay? If you talk about that bird, whatever that bird is, we need to go outside of nature, observe that bird, observe what that thing is, and see, is that really true? Don't just believe it because you read it, okay? Go observe it, okay? Or as a video, go watch it on the video and go observe the behavior of these animals or these things. Then you make a critical decision with your own mind to know what is real, what is not. Okay? Science is the true religion. Science is the true religion. Okay? Because science is the study of nature and what is. Nature is what is. Okay? So go study science. Throw your book away. Go study science. But you can keep your book because there's half-truths inside the book. Inside the book, there's few truths in it. Okay? In the Bible and the Quran, there's all pieces of truths in it. In every religion, there's pieces of the truth in it. Okay? Every religion. But truly, we have only one God. And that is me and you. I am that I am. But there's different frequencies of God. Okay? Different levels, different frequencies of God. So this is what we must know. But yes, peace to the gods, man. Y'all keep your mind on point. Stay focused. Realize that you're not in a system that loves you, that cares about you. We actually put ourselves in this trap in order to figure out how to get out. And I'm here to help guide you. Yes, I'm one of your angels. But I love myself. Y'all have a good one.